welcome to my first proper tutorial. I'm going to be doing the Pretty Kitty because it's a nice easy design and everyone likes it. We will be using for this design a half sponge. You want one not rounded off, square edged, because we're going to be using that for the ears. And we're using 2 section sponges for the whites. We will be using pearl white for the centerpiece and tag dream. You can use any rainbow cake for this design, but it's easiest to start with if you pick one that's got pearl white on the edge, because that means your blending will be done for you in effect as you put the colour on. And then brushes, we're using a 1/2 inch flat, a size 4 7000C Loew Cornell, 2 No. 2 gold grips, and a small filbert. Oh, and any pink split cake for the bow. Right, and of course your wolf black and white. And holographic white glitter. And at the end, a small gem with water soluble mastics. Right, let's get started. Start with slightly dampen the sponge, pearl white, get a good coating, and we're just going to make a circle in the middle of the face. And this, by the way, is the lovely Freya, my model. Right, close your eyes, darling. Right, just cover the centre of the face in pearl white. Let's get a bit more colour on there. As you can see, my pearl white is running a bit low. Excellent. Now, taking the half sponge and load the sponge well, always moving the sponge in the same direction. You don't want to mix up the ends because otherwise you end up with all the colours mixed. Once you've got a good coating, keeping the pearl white section, get plenty on there, to the middle of the face. Almost like doing a butterfly, you want to take a 45-degree angle, place it there, and move a quarter of the way down the face. If you imagine the nose as the centre, you're doing 90 degrees. And as you can see, this has made the ear shape. That's going to make life a lot easier for you later on. Reload. I tend to spritz the sponge, not the cake. It's a personal preference thing. But you don't want too much water sitting on your cakes, otherwise they go gooey. Close your eyes, darling. Again, 45-degree angle. Pearl white to the centre. And as you can see, as you're applying this, because there's pearl white already on there, in effect it's blending it already for you. You don't need to do any blending afterwards. Just a stippling action. And you've already got a nice blend with the centre white. Now, sink them with sponge. This time we're using standard white, line white, wolf white. The reason we use pearl white, well, partly because it's very pretty, but also because it does mean that then when you use standard white on top, it'll show up. So open your mouth just a touch for me, darling. Just going to make the muzzle. As you can see, that shows up nicely. In the same way when we do the whiskers later on. I'll do a couple now, we can always touch them up later. Shows up nicely over the pearl white. Now, taking the pink split cake and a 1/2 inch flat, I'm going to load the top section. I don't want the very dark section. This is Global Naples. taking the top 3 colours. Facing the darkest colour to the outside, we're going to do almost a heart on its side. And then another one here. That's a little bit bigger. And then in the middle, a circle. And as you can see, this makes a very pretty little bow. Again, with the white, same as we did the whiskers. Just a couple of little flicks. Right. And now we're ready for the black. Loading size 4. Any decent round flat will do. Any decent round brush will do. Size 4 or any of the middle sizes, 3, 5, whatever you prefer really. And you want to make the shape of the ears. And then I just flick down, making the shape of the face all the way round. Again, ear shape on the other side. In the middle of the ears, little fuzzies, I think Denise Cole or someone calls them. And then I'm just not quite confident enough to do it with all this brush, so I'm going to swap to a smaller brush, again loaded with black. Let's do the muzzle actually back to the size 4. Open your mouth just a touch for me, darling. Make the shape of the muzzle. And taking your filbert, load with a bit of pink. Get me, darling. We're going to make a little cutie pussycat nose. Literally just 2 strokes. And colour in the centre part there. And you've got your little pussycat nose. Now, using the smaller brush, close your eyes for me, sweetheart. Now you can go for the full cat eye if you want, but I quite like to just give a couple of little flicks up the side. And just rest the brush on the inside, especially with smaller children. They don't like too much touching around their eyes. So just give them pretty little eyelashes. Close your eyes, sweetheart. Nice pretty effect. And you can always just close your eyes. Just line in a little bit. Look at me. Very pretty. Now, I need to fill in the middle here, straight down to the lip. Give us your cat lip. And then, to suggest the whiskers, just a series of dots. Try to line them up if you can, in a receding pattern. Back to the pink, just going to colour in the lips. Bottom lip only, as we're doing a cat. We're only colour. Open your mouth just a touch when we're done, that's it, girl. A little bit of pink on the bottom lip. Excellent. And then we're just going to outline the bow. Just again, lay the brush down just to suggest the folds of the bow. little bit of outline on the hairs, and then final touch. I'm using a slightly larger brush here, again size 4, gold grip. Open your mouth, just touch for me, darling, just to give her a couple of little fangs, just give her that cute kitty look. Now, taking water-soluble mastics and a little pink gem, final touches. Excuse my dog's going nuts. There we go. And then, shush! Rosie, Pepper, be quiet. Now, eyes closed, head back, good girl. Just a sprinkling of Aurora or white holographic glitter. Oh, let's just start blowing that nose. Rosie, Pepper, be quiet. Rosie, Pepper. There we go, take a look. And stop.